Goddamn school bus.
Man, them bitches thought I was a race car driver. I go back there and pick them kids up. Some of the parents say, I don't know, I want my kid to get on that bus or not. I'm coming in that bitch with that bitch to the bottom. I burned up about 2 tanks of gas a day. They fucked up when they told me, said, wherever you go, you take the bus with you. Shit, I be all on the block and everything with that motherfucker. Them bitches, you know wherever I get in with some gas on them, I got that radio up there on the ass. Thump. Huh?
This Your Stop podcast. I know y'all see some special guests. We're going to get into it in a second. But you're watching This Your Stop podcast. THISYOURSTOP podcast. Search it just like that on YouTube. Any social media platforms. But it's wicked important. And it's wicked free on YouTube. I swear to God. I'm Machine Gun Johnny. Johnny Tsunami. Johnny Winfrey. Johnny Jesse Raphael. Boston Johnny. Johnny Leyenda. You could call me what you want. But don't call me for fronts. And then...
You already know what it is, man. We in the building.
Who is you?
You know what it is. We got some special guests in the building. You dig? So we came to turn up. And it's T's B-Day today.
Her name is Atia.
Everybody wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Are we going to sing? Are we going to sing now? We got candles?
No, we don't have candles.
Oh, come on, Joe Jackson. What happened?
But you already know what it is. More importantly, go fuck with the YouTube page. Go subscribe, like. You already know, share. Anybody you see up here, you know, run they shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of the birthday girl, introduce yourself to the people, please, and where you can be found. And what do you do besides sit up here and look cute?
Well, my name is Atia, and you can find me on Instagram at Atia, ATEIYA, and I work at Salvaged Roots.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a long day, guys. Sorry.
I know it's your birthday. You allowed.
Salvaged Roots Hair and Beauty Salon.
And where is that, if you want to
It
share?
is located at 190 Washington Street.
190 Washington Street,
Dorchester.
Dorchester, in the building. I don't know if y'all from Dorchester, but the shop is, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And to your immediate right.
My name is Shanita. I am the CEO and founder of Salvaged Roots Hair and Beauty,
Oh, we got a box.
located in Dorchester. I'm also plant-based naughty, vegan food enthusiast, and I guess home chef. And I'm Big Neats, Naughty Girls. You can find me on Instagram at Naughty Girls, plant-based naughty. Salvaged
All
Roots.
right. We're going to put those...
Big Neats is the fitness enthusiast. You asked me who I was, so I had to tell you.
Yes, tell it
Put
all.
it on word. Tell
Shit.
everything.
We're gonna post those links when y'all see this video. You'll see, where you can find these young ladies. So Salvaged Roots on 190 Washington Street in Dorchester, kid. When I walk in the building, what can I expect? Like, I see you have locks. Do you specialize in natural hair?
Yep.
Is the whole shop?
Yes.
Okay.
Specialize in natural hair. We do have, Tia does weaves, some relaxer, but we don't really promote that or anything.
Okay.
We try to stay as natural as possible. But at the end of the day, we specialize in hair care. So if somebody's in need, we do our best to help.
I like that you said hair care. You just ain't doing hair.
Oh,
And the next thing you ain't got no edges and
Yeah,
your shit's burnt
we all
off.
about growing hair.
Exactly, yeah.
I love it. How long y'all been in business?
Savage Roots was open in March 2019, so we just hit 3 years.
And you've always been at that spot though?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I
Now,
was a stylist.
Is it women only?
We have an assistant that is a man.
do you mean do they have a barber? Like, do you have
Oh,
male
like,
services?
Is it about,
Oh.
yeah. Like, is it male services too, where a male could come in and get taken care of?
Oh, absolutely. Probably half the clientele, man.
Yeah, we have
There's some
pretty
days
much.
that we have, we service men.
Yeah, I've had definitely those days of just all men.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. That's dope.
Right.
Y'all do beds too?
We just added that service.
I'm glad you asked that because that was my next one. I saw the little beard facial.
Oh, you saw it?
yes.
I was trying to think where I could go get my joint done at too.
Come through.
Yes,
we
come
literally just added that. It's under the VIP collection. It's a beard shampoo, hot oil massage, hot towel, and steam.
All right, and what's that running for? What could a person expect for that?
45.
Oh.
Come on, somebody. You gotta take care. Listen, you got hair on your face just like you take care of the hair
Y'all
on your
open
head.
on Sundays?
We do Sunday pop-ups. We worked yesterday.
Yeah, sometimes.
Because I'm a dude that'll come creeping Sunday morning.
Yeah,
You like my day,
absolutely.
come through, get it
So
done.
would you advertise it, or you got to make an appointment? Like, how's the pop-up go?
We advertise it online or on social media when we're going to do a pop-up. But other than that, we're open Tuesday through Saturday.
Tuesday through
Most
Saturday.
times it is by appointment only.
Okay.
So
y'all heard
don't
that?
really take walk-ins?
We don't have time.
Oh, booked and busy? Booked and
That's how
busy.
you
I don't
supposed
mean
to
to
be.
say it like that.
No, that's good. Shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good. So I used to dibble and dabble. Auntie Stuff used to be in the beauty industry, and when I started, I was in school and I was an assistant, shampooing hair. Did you guys start off that way, or you just was like, I'm going to Salvaged Roots and I'm starting this business? Or did you start like
No,
at the bottom?
Started at the bottom. I started as a braider.
Mm.
Yeah, and my first job was at like a salon that did everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then the owner there was like, you don't want to just focus on natural hair. You want to become good at everything.
Yep.
And I was licensed to do everything, so she gave me all types of clientele. And now I'm grateful for that because I can do a lot more than, I don't even braid anymore.
All right.
Yeah, I just.
I know that's right. I quit braiding a long time ago as
Yeah,
well.
okay.
Eat only for weaves. What about you?
Yeah, I started out assisting. I actually started assisting with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, being with her, watching her do locks and just being at a salon that did everything. I didn't want to just be stagnant with one type of hair, one
Can't
type
be
of
put in a
thing.
box because if somebody walks in and they want that lace
Right.
front and that full head, oh, we don't do that. You got to get all the
I
money.
mean, I have my preferences,
Mm-hmm.
but I've definitely gotten to that place where, like, okay, I want to learn different things. So, yeah.
When I was in hair school many, many moons ago, finger waves were not back in. And my instructor had us learning everything, including finger waves and jerry curls, right? So we're like, finger waves, she's like, watch what I say. You need to know how to do everything. Then finger waves came back. And I was the one that could do it at the shop because nobody else didn't give a shit about doing finger waves. Everything comes back.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Shit.
What is
go ahead.
the hardest thing about dealing with clients, over and over every day? You know what I'm saying?
Before it was protecting your energy, protecting my energy. You come home drained because you're everybody's therapist, and people can tend to dump on you, especially you're dealing with people's insecurities too. So you have a lot you're like responsible for making them feel good at the end. And if they're insecure or whatever, then they're like, oh, do you like it? Should I, how do you? And it adds up.
I bet.
I was just saying that the other day. I think like barbers, hairstylists is like therapists. That's where people go and dump a lot of their relationship, bills, credit, like the shit that they tell a barber is crazy. Like no bullshit. Sometimes when you just listen to conversations, it be like, damn, I was just sitting here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know it has to be a lot of person that deals with that shit every day. And then you have multiple people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We go through that sometime, just talking to people. Never mind being in their heads. Like, yeah, that's very intimate. But just talking to people, you take on their shit whether you want to or not. So
Before this was
interesting.
either one of y'all like people person, like, like to deal with people.
No, that's right.
You people probably think I was antisocial. I don't know if I still am. I think I'm good with people because of hair, but I wasn't really trying to do customer service or retail. Like, I wasn't good at that stuff.
Right.
I did retail, and I hated it.
Yeah.
And I always was kind of a reserved person, quiet. And so doing hair kind of allowed me to be out more, be more open, So.
I know there's people that self-proclaim not to be people often are in the industry that requires you to be people. I am not a people person. I'm quiet, but I talk to people all the time.
Right.
And I worked with kids and I did hair, but I find that
Right.
interesting. But him too, like not a people person.
No, that's why I
but-
always ask people that, because I feel the people that are not in the people be the people that deal with people.
That's why
You know what
they're
I'm
not
saying?
into people.
Right.
Like-
They're tired.
Because I'm not a people person, but everything that we do revolves around people. You got to deal with people, kick it with people. So that's why I ask that, because usually people will be like, nah, I really don't like to be around people. This is just what I do. You know what I'm saying? To find a way to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Without it being awkward.
And then the outside people just assume that you're a people person and they dump even more. They feel so comfortable.
I'm definitely a
sucking up the energy.
homebody introvert.
So what I would say is what I like about working at the salon is that we try to do our best with creating a space where it's not so much dumping, where they can just
Relax.
close their eyes, relax. And so it creates just a safe space for everyone so that we're calm and they're calm and they don't even have to sometimes talk about it. They just relax, you know.
I appreciate that too, because sometimes I'll go to a nail salon or a shop and the stylist is talking like, I got to close my eyes and fake like I'm taking a nap.
no.
Yo, man, that's the
Chill.
one thing I hate about the nail salon is like the conversations in there be crazy than a motherfucker too. Like, I hate
Crazy.
the talk and shit. Like, you could
Dangerous.
just never go catch a peace of mind and get your nails done. Like, it's always some shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So,
We definitely create a relaxing space. We have incense, candles. Every client, music. The music is like our thing. We thinking about putting a little CD together.
A little
A
mixtape.
little Salvaged Roots mix, you know, because it be on and popping in there.
Alright.
But it's not crazy, but it's everyone loves the music. Men, women, kids. It's just the vibe every day, you know, and that's what's good about the
and
job.
what is some of the bad that come with the job?
Can I be more specific? Go ahead. I want to be more specific. Okay. Because do you guys find that your clients love them to death? We need your money. We need you. You need us. But they don't see you as human beings. Like you have a life. Like you get sick, you can't call in. Your kid gets sick, you can't call in. Like they need to understand that you're a person.
I think that that's why I was saying, like, before I would have said that it was draining and everything, but over the years I've learned boundaries and just not so much if I'm not feeling it, I'm canceling a day, because I don't know if I've ever canceled except for when I had my son. And that's back then what I had to learn, because I went back to work on the weekends after a month of having my child because I felt bad that I was going to be out for a while because he came early, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to be out for 6 weeks. He had a plan of his own, and then I had to cancel people, and I just remember somebody was like, so you can't do it? I'm like, I am in the hospital.
I know, I'm pulling up.
With my newborn baby. And
You can't swing your legs over. I'll
And
sit there.
if motherfuckers could have pulled up to the hospital, they
I'm
would've.
telling you.
If she would have been like, yo, pull up, niggas would have been, I'm on my way right now.
I was halfway joking.
I've
Put the
driven-
baby on the other side and
I'll
sit
hold
on
the
this
baby.
side. Oh, yeah, right. What you want me to hold the baby?
For
Wow,
real,
like-
though. So since then, and especially having my son, I'm like, no. I have somebody else now, so I cannot be here all the time with you and working. You know, I need to go home. So I started changing my hours, ending earlier, because you know how we are. We're going to be in there late.
Yes.
My mother's like, you got to come home and, like, bathe your child, put him to bed. You know, like, so I started just ending the day earlier so I could go home. And that's really where it started changing. Now we don't be in there late.
They be mad too. Like, I get out at 4. Listen,
Well-
I can't even help you. You not booked before 2:00.
I know that's right.
Sorry. And
Because
that's,
we all have kids.
but I had to learn that from her because I was that person. Like, I had to just
I gotta
go,
get that
go,
money.
go.
I'ma take
Yeah,
it.
I went back to work probably pretty quick after having my baby. And I worked myself so hard where I was sick, like with vertigo. And I still tried to go to work and couldn't see. But it was like I had to learn those boundaries. And now I'm like, if you ain't got no appointment, I don't even know what to do with you.
So how you balancing, besides, you know, this is no shade to the clients. I don't want to seem like we're bashing clients, you know what I'm saying? But I just want y'all to realize that we are they are people too. So how else are you balancing the rest of your life? Like you have kids, but you're more than a mother. What else do you do to unwind when you're not at work? Are you constantly thinking about the next day, or?
I don't even. That's the funny part. No.
When you work at work,
You don't even.
I work out in the morning, then I go to work, and then days off or some nights because I have the food page, then I'll go home and cook. You know, so I try to do that. But before that was a food page, it was a hobby. So that was like I think I'm just a creator. In general, I'm a creative person. So I pour my energy into whatever I do, and cooking makes me feel good. And then working out is like where you could pour your aggression or whatever else while you get in bed for the summer.
early.
Are you gonna go forth with the food, or are you gonna keep that a hobby?
Everybody wants me to go forth with it, but I have to focus. And when it comes, when I can have the salon really be what I envision, then I'll move on to the food. And not even move on, but like add that on. Yeah, absolutely.
What about you, Atia? How you balance? Well, you said you don't think about it when you leave work at work, so.
Yeah, I try to leave work at work. So I'm working on like balancing things.
Not taking calls and texts after hours.
And just trying to find like other things that interest me
That
to
you like.
put my energy into. Yeah, because
I
I think.
incense and stuff now.
Yeah,
Oh, you holding out?
Yeah, she's creating peace at
Come on.
home. That's where it
Yes,
starts.
that's
dope.
definitely been like.
That's where it starts.
Yes, definitely peace.
Definitely
at home.
where it starts.
Peace at home is definitely have.
In the house, gotta have that peace.
If you don't have somewhere to go after all of that in the day, just not even at work, but just the day. Imagine how much you run around all day long doing stuff, doing things for everybody else. If you have to go home and it's not somewhere that's comfortable, that's
draining.
yeah.
Super draining.
Just like work. You guys do hair shows?
Not anymore.
But you have?
Yeah.
Roxy days or a little later in?
Little later, I haven't
Okay.
done the Roxy.
It's not
I
even
think
called
by
the
that-
Roxy.
Yeah, we did.
What is it called now, young people? I don't know. Young person.
Royale.
Royale.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did muffins before.
Yeah, because I was gonna say the
but
last
she
one I
was in
went to
Stoughton.
was like muffins
What
joint.
was that? Lombard? No,
Lombardo's?
the big wedding place.
Yeah,
Was that
Lombardo's.
Lombardi
Yeah.
or something? Yeah, right there in
Yeah, we
Stoughton.
did that one.
Yeah, I haven't done a hair show or been to one in quite some time, but I always ask stylists if they participate because it's not necessary, but it's a cute look.
Yeah, it's just,
The
You know.
salon that we worked at together was like a hair show salon.
Yes.
Oh, so y'all started off together, but not at Salvaged Roots.
No, we didn't start together. We met there. So I've worked at 3 salons before having mine.
Oh, okay.
So she was number 2. I met her, and then my friend opened a salon, so I went there, and then after that I opened mine.
And then you took Atia with you? Like Jerry Maguire? Who's coming
Who's
with
coming?
me?
Like I'm on the way, girl.
Show me the money. What else? So you said you have natural hair, all type of hair, and the facials.
And you never got into
What?
told them like what type of food that you were into, what type of food that you
Vegan.
make.
Vegan, like vegan comfort food, West Indian food.
Are you a vegan?
Yeah.
That's
I've been
dope.
vegan for 2 years.
How's that?
I don't see myself going back. The more vegan the longer I am into it, the more super vegan I become. But I'm not like the type that's like,
You should. Yes.
She definitely doesn't do that because
But it-
I like my food.
But when she says, this ain't sitting right with me at the same, I don't know if I might be. I'm like, yeah. Come
You be
on
like,
over.
And she'll
Your body's
have me,
telling you
Yeah,
something.
she'll have
You
me
should
try
listen.
stuff because I don't like. I'm very picky, but the food she cooks on her page looks edible. And, I'm
that's
like,
the first things first. You eat with your eyes.
No,
That's what
because
they say.
like you have to think
It
like
has to look
when
good.
look
everybody
appealing.
talks about
A
vegan,
lot of
and
vegan
food, like
food don't look too
yeah, and so she
Black
creates
vegans are
a different,
changing the game.
Yeah,
But then I seen a lot of black vegans that cook and the food do look different from how if you just look up vegan food online,
yeah.
it looks
Like
crazy.
gray
Yeah,
matter.
no.
That should be like tofu
No.
Black
and a
people
bunch
are
of
like
dumb
the
shit.
highest amount of people going vegan now. So we're
Definitely.
changing the game.
Definitely. What made you even go into that?
I transitioned. I stopped eating meat in 2016 just because pork was not sitting well with my stomach anymore. It was cramping, and then I would think just things when I was eating beef. And I'm like, my body's telling me it doesn't want it anymore. So I started with that. Then 6 months later, I stopped eating chicken and turkey. I was pescatarian for a few years, and then I just decided to do
So you didn't go cold turkey?
No, because I feel like if you cold turkey and watching documentaries, they don't tend to stay.
I feel like it's
if
like
you eliminate things.
yeah,
it's
you're
easier.
depriving yourself if you go cold turkey. I think I've never tried it. I would just think that if you stop, you'd be like, damn, I want me a bacon cheeseburger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have a turkey burger. Then, wean yourself off.
Just follow your body if
I
that's
always
the
say
journey.
that too, because my body don't take meat in well, and I don't eat a lot of meat, and I always say that, like, at some point I probably would become a vegetarian, you know what I'm saying, to where slowing down eating that shit, like, I don't eat it just on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of meat, not in a steak, shit like that, so I definitely see that being a way I would go.
It's gonna be a few of y'all up in here. I'm
should
telling you, it's the future.
You should definitely look at her food on that page. I'm telling you, you're going to be like, you know what?
Then you're going to have to start selling it because I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all heard it here first. I think. I'm going to claim it. So before we got into the veganism, I don't know if that's the word, what else are we offering? Can I come and get a facial? I know you do the beard, but you know what I mean? Like esthetician type of...
Not yet. You're not yet. Because I don't want to mess with people's skin. You got to be good at what you do for that.
You got to be good at that.
Yeah, and even the beard is literally just the beard. I'm not messing around with anything up here either. But the beard, I mean, putting that oil and that leave-in conditioner and everything, it's treating all that underneath, which I just know is great.
Yeah, just like the hair on your head. Like I said, it's still, attached to some skin. You're going to expand? You're going to stay at Salvaged Roots? You're going to become a franchise? You're going to knock a wall down?
If you asked me before COVID, I would have told you I wanted 5 salons.
Okay.
2, so 1 in LA, 1 in Oakland, 1 here, the second one in Cambridge, and then 1 in Brooklyn in like a townhouse, like a 3-story.
Like the brownstone.
Yeah.
That'll be fire.
COVID came and kind of threw me off my game and made me wonder if I want all of that responsibility and everything. If there's different ways to look into it. I think COVID came into a lot of people. Like, there's explore different options of these things, So maybe a franchise, but it would have to be one of those things where I have to be able to walk in any of them and they look the same. Yeah.
As the what's the name? I think listening to you as a creator, I don't think that'll work. Shit like that don't work for creators. It's like you said, when you walk in, you want it to look like the one you be in every day.
Or
so that's just kind of hard to duplicate your brain into, you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot, even with myself thinking about doing shit in that way, it's hard to let somebody else run something that's mine. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to run it the way I really want that shit ran.
Preach.
You know
and even
if
they're doing a good job, it's still not you the way you would.
Yeah, because the creative brain run differently. Like, creators create. So you're always looking at shit. When you walk into your shit, you look for the bad.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, word. Like, you look for the bad shit in your shit when you're a creative. You're not looking at what's good. You miss all that. You see everything that stand out.
That chair is off kilter by a centimeter.
Oh, that's her.
Wow.
That's her
That's
every
how-
day.
yeah,
She
word.
literally goes to the dryer chairs and goes, boop, boop, boop. So
I know you're a Taurus. What are you?
Cancer.
Can't.
Not no more.
Okay. So y'all didn't catch that. She knew what I meant.
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, that was Miss V, too.
She's well, not she, but Cancers are kind of on brand with Virgo a little bit, but they are more emotional.
Crybaby.
Like, well, fuck you, get over here and love me, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like emotional, but like.
Can be. I know. I'm like, not me. Gentle, sweet soul.
Oh
There are
my
sides.
God.
But with cancers, you have to, that's the shell, right? Mm-hmm. You have to, that's why I have to have boundaries, because I'm such a soft pushover that people take advantage. And then I'm like, oh, ho, ho. Now I got to show you. And if you get a little snap, then oh well, you earned it.
Right.
You earned it. But I'm not gonna. I don't cry. I don't sit and cry anymore. But you gotta. Who has time for that? Who has time? I go to the gym.
What was when it came to opening the shop? What was like the biggest hurdle for you when it first came to opening, trying to get the doors open?
Everything. Because the way I left the other salon, I gave my notice and everything, but I gave myself this time limit of the end of the year. So my last day was December 30th. And I didn't have anything lined up. And I did it that way because at that time, I kept pushing it back. So I was like, I have to give myself this thing where I'm not going to go into the new year still holding on to this fear. I have to take this leap of faith. So I did, and then, I'm so naive thinking, I'll just find a salon in a few weeks. Like we're
weeks.
Yeah, we're looking, whatever. The first, we're not really finding anything, and then this guy, he's talking about a build out, and he's like, oh, you're not going to get that done. You're not going to find a salon that's already done and zoning and everything. Like, just this white man just speaking negativity into us, and I'm like, no. And right after that, I think there was another salon that I really wanted because I had just been watching it, and I'm like, because the guy had just bought the building too. But it turned out he was charging too much for a small space too. And it worked out for him, I guess. But in that time, my salon went up for was listed. And I looked in the window, and I was like, oh yeah, that's it. I was like, that's the energy. But she was supposed to leave in February. At the end of January, so that was her last month, and she decided to stay out her lease till March. And so in that time, I had to wait for her to wait for the month, and then we had to just jump in there and build it out in 15 days. And in that time, you can't apply until 2 weeks before your grand opening for your salon license. So we're trying to get everything, and we're waiting for the state to call us back. And I went down there. They're like, you just have to wait, And then one day she called me. I took my son to the movie. She called me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I ran out, whatever. I spoke to her. She was like, we're going to come tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, we didn't think I was really coming. I think I had to lie to her or something. We stayed up all night, putting chairs together, putting everything together. And then she came, we passed. But that time, it was 3 months since I left the other salon. So thinking about clients, I started popping up at another salon just because at that time, the money too. You never have as much money as you think you will.
As you think you need.
Because I was like, I saved up a good amount. I could do this. Yeah, right. I sure was asking something. Working and borrowing to finish the build out because, again, it takes a lot. You got contracts, you got a fire, breaking your toilet and stuff. It's stressful.
So it definitely wasn't like what you thought, like, yo, just get a building, we in there, everything's up and going.
No, it wasn't.
Right,
but, it worked out, yeah, but it was not. Because, I think it's just like with buying a house, whatever. I don't know anybody that hasn't ever fired their first contractor. Something, whatever can go wrong. Will.
Said Murphy's Law.
And I don't like speaking stuff like that into existence, but you have to be prepared for all of that. And you have to have money. And then when you open, you have to have money on hand. So you can't spend all your money on the build out.
So you still need the bread once you up and running.
Because then you have to pay people. Because I was the only one in there for a little while. I honestly, it was like 2 days, and I was like, I need an assistant now. And then, it started building, but.
How was that, you being a person that worked at a salon? How was it hiring people?
How was it hiring people? Well, one, I have help. I have a salon manager who helped, she's my god sister too, so she helped with helping find the salon, That's why you probably heard me say we. She was with me that whole time, and she's HR.
Right.
So she knows about hiring and stuff, so she helped with that stuff. But then, they meet me or whatever. So it's good. At first we're like, yeah, anybody. Yeah, you want to come on board? Sure. And whoever doesn't doesn't work out, they don't work out. But
And how was that, like, the first time firing as a person with your own salon?
The first time was recently. Who really got fired? She earned that. She earned that because I'm like, you know,
did you have to think? Did you have to think about it? Like, damn, I don't want to do this but got to, or was it like, oh no?
Right, or was it just
too many chances? They had too many chances. Like, we were being too nice because it was like we were spoiled with the having an assistant on deck, but then it's like it made no sense if you don't show up, you know. And she like mentally just checked out, I guess.
And she didn't show up, and then
she didn't show up, didn't want to answer her phone, or she did say she was coming and never came. So then the next day she comes in late still and just takes off her stuff ready to work, and we're like, oh no, sis,
sorry, I'm late.
That was the second time she did that. So the first time she did it was last year. And it was like the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And then she caught COVID, so we couldn't fire her.
I'm like, I can't. She's coming back. I'm like, we're just going to wait. And so we had hired somebody else in between. And then when she came back and saw him, she was like, oh.
She tried all my shit.
Like, you know, she couldn't maintain it, though.
She couldn't.
Then she did it again. And I was like, when she came in that next day again, I was like, oh, no. I said, you got to go home. I said, Sherry will be in contact with you. And that was it. Like, it wasn't like,
did she just eat it? Did she just eat it like, all right,
yeah,
put my jacket?
She said she understood and she has no ill will towards the salon or anybody there.
Whenever a person say they don't have ill will, you know they have ill will.
She couldn't,
when they got to leave like that.
She couldn't, though.
Yeah, when a person, I don't have no ill will.
She couldn't.
Because if I don't, it's just like, all right, cool, you know, I understand, but I'm gone. But when a person be like, nah, you know I ain't got no ill will, oh, nah.
No, she couldn't.
Well, she knew she
burn the
was
salon down.
She knew she
better. We changed the lock, you know the code. But yeah, no, because I'm not one of those that's gonna like curse you out or turn up on you. I gave you chances. And yeah, like I've spoken to her and you know she was crying, whatever. But like I'm genuine with where I'm coming from. At the end of the day, I let people know this is a brand that I built for 12, 13 years. So I need for things to run smoothly, and I need for my clients to still always get that same consistent service. You know, like it's not about me or you or anybody. It's about them, and it's about the brand and the business. And however you take that and makes you feel is how it makes you feel. But like at the end of the day, it's business. Never
when you know someone says, because at the end of the day, they mean it.
When you opened it, did you get a lot of like, yo, you can look out, do my joint? Like, did you get a lot of those?
What, like friends and family discount?
Yeah, you know, like people coming through. Yo, what y'all try? Yo, I can
I gladly pay you
discount.
Tuesday
You know,
for a hamburger today.
Because if I open a barbershop, I know all my little fucking cousins coming.
But they were already coming.
I don't care. That's half the reason why I stopped doing it, because people always want a lot for a little.
So now listen, I did lose some family members coming because I raised the price, and it still was less. But it was like I own a business now. I have to pay people too. I can't still give you that price, and it's still lower. It's still a discount. So, you know, it came out to be like, oh, she's always busy. But whatever reason it was, that was the reason for them.
And when you opened it, was it like, did you get a lot of plugs from like family, friends, or was it more just you having to do the work?
Oh no, we get a lot of support. Cause again, I was doing it like
right before you
yeah, for a long time. So people were excited, and I don't put bad energy out. So I feel like I get a lot of support.
That's dope.
And if I had haters, I wouldn't even recognize.
You wouldn't even
I'd
know.
be a little bit oblivious. So
because who cares?
For real.
For everyone is 100
like,
that love you.
Y'all?
You know you from where? Elementary school.
Go the other way.
Go that way. Oh, we ain't got no candles. I'm so stuck on that. We're gonna take a break and then come back for happy birthday.
We'll do that. Cool.
All right, so when we come back, we're gonna do happy birthday, and we're gonna play some games. Y'all don't know that, but now you know.
And
We got some
have
games.
a team
Oh,
rap.
oh, she gone.
She gonna spit 16. You know what I'm saying? Like it's her birthday. She gonna kill shit when we come back. Fresh off the break. A 10.